Austin Conrad, Bands and Body Fitness, here to talk to you about a very unique diet approach that I feel is way more superior, sustainable, and healthy than most diet approaches out there. And cats. So basically the way this is going to roll out is I'll talk a little bit about our program and then the nutrition aspect of it, and then segueing into our diet approach, and then I'll talk a little bit about alternative diet approaches and why I feel ours is superior and that others might be detrimental. Cool. So our program is called the BOD Transformation, which stands for breath, activity, water, and diet. And it's based around those four earth elements of air, fire, water, and earth. And air obviously is the breath, when we use a breathwork breathing technique to help stabilize the nervous system so your body stops producing as much cortisol, and also to set the tone for the day and as a practice of getting out of your comfort zone a little bit. No one wants to wake up first thing in the morning and start a vigorous breathing pattern, you know. So, yep, and then activity is the fire that burns the fat away. We use multi-limb resistance training, which is a way of training the upper and lower body simultaneously inside of a resistance band. So it's just a way of burning more calories and working more muscles than most modalities. And water is the liquid that flushes out all the fats, toxins, and also is responsible for all the electrical conduction within your body. So from your vein chemistry, your happiness and clarity, all the way down to your muscle contractions. You know, and muscles need two things to contract. They need electrolytes, which they get from water, and oxygen, which they get from breath. The fourth element is the earth, and the earth is the nutrition that is going to sustain you and regulate your digestive system so that it burns more fat and builds more muscle. And in conjunction with that, we use a plant-based organic meal replacement shake to end our day with, and we also recommend that clients eat all organic, non-preserved, non-artificial, non-toxic foods, and in line with that as well, no high carbohydrates after 3 p.m. The body doesn't require any more energy when you're winding down, so why start overloading it with carbs and other energy supplements and things like that towards the end of the day. All right, awesome. So segueing into our plant-based shake, which I feel is the most impactful thing out of the entire program. Honestly, clients that do 50% of what's asked have amazing results if one of that 50% is the meal replacement shake. And the reason why is because there's many reasons, and let me see if I can go over them all. The idea of replacing the biggest meal of the day for most Americans, which is the dinner, is obviously a caloric deficit. The idea of infusing the body with all sorts of plant and nutrient-based things that you don't get in your normal diet is another. The idea of having supplements of omega-3s and other anti-inflammatories which help to alleviate bloating and create proper gut health. And then also down to increasing your sleep quality. You're not digesting solids in your sleep, so your sleep quality is improved. Obviously, most people know that sleep is one of the key elements for fat loss and toning. The better your sleep quality is, the more efficient your body and digestive system will be the next day. And I believe there's one more that I just can't recall at the moment. Let me see if I can sit with it for a second here. I'll throw in also the idea of most people don't have vegetables in their diet or enough. And this plant-based organic shake has more than enough servings of veggies and plants and other things that you just normally don't get in your diet, like beets, tomatoes, onions. And no, the shake does not taste like onions. It actually tastes amazing. We have chocolate and vanilla. It's a shake that you can get at any Whole Foods or on Amazon. It's from Garden of Life. It's called Raw Meal, and I'll show it to you now. This is what it looks like, raw meal. As you can see, it's got tons of fruits and veggies and roots and other extracts. Also has 1.5 billion probiotics to help really cleanse you out and just create a digestive system that's going to run smoother. So other diet approaches that are effective but I don't feel sustainable or healthy and are most common are intermittent fasting and low carb diets. So intermittent fasting, again, I talk a lot about cortisol and stress and that related to fat gain and other elements of heart disease and body dysfunctions, health dysfunctions. So intermittent fasting, skipping a meal, so I believe you stop eating at 5 or 3 p.m., it might even be, and you don't eat again until 11. Skipping meals ramps up your cortisol, which obviously is a fat-producing hormone, so you don't want that to happen. Also, there's just that rebound effect that if you deprive your body of all these foods and nutrients, that once you get off of it, your body is just going to go into that homeostasis of balancing itself out and binge eating. Let's talk about low carb. So low carb basically means that you're eliminating almost all carbohydrates from your diet and usually focusing on high proteins. So too much protein can damage your kidneys, as we know, and too little carbs is going to limit the amount of nutrients that you're going to get in your body. If you're avoiding certain foods, it's not going to be a balanced nutrient complex that you're fueling your body with. So that's basically our approach. It's meal replacements with organic plant-based meals in the evening, and yeah, it has a dramatic effect. It's effective. It's sustainable. I've been doing it for 2 years. Honestly, I never even noticed any abdominal definition, even though I work out like a beast and I have a pretty clean diet, until I started replacing meals. So, and yes, it is a cookie cutter approach that I feel works 95, maybe even higher % of the time when people do it. Like I said, our program, it's a lot of stuff. The breath work, the activity, the video library, water intake parameters, and nutrition guidelines, and then posting a daily recap each day. It's a lot of work. So not everyone can sustain that and do that 110% like we ask and request. But like I said, the ones that do, 50%, but have the meal replacement as a percentage of that, have awesome results. So just something to think about, something to play with. There's one other thing I wanted to add, something about, the other thing I was going to add is just about energy. In the evening, like I was saying, after 3 p.m., we recommend not eating high carbohydrates, things like pastas and breads. And just the idea of having a low carbohydrate, high protein, high plant veggie shake in the evening has that, is in line with that concept of not fueling the body with all this energy stuff, that the body is going to store as fats, because it doesn't burn it off. It's not going to be, you're winding down, you're not doing as much. So those are my thoughts. That's our unique diet method approach. It's for meal replacements with organic plant-based meals. I basically came into it because I looked at things and tried things, tons of different things in the past to get my clients awesome results. And I do everything I ask my clients to. I do meal replacements. I do the daily recap. I, do the breath work. I work out a lot, obviously. Look at that. And what was I going to say? Shit. Just got off on a tangent with my ego infusion there. Anyways, I was going to say, I've tried all these different things. And one of which I saw amazing dramatic results, was isogenics and Herbalife and things like that, and where you're replacing 2 meals a day, which is pretty drastic and unhealthy if you ask me, and not wholesome and not fresh. Body likes fresh foods. So I saw the value in that it worked, but I didn't see the value in the sustainability and health. So I came up with something that I feel, I'm not the creator of this. I mean, people do it everywhere, and obviously this shake is not my own. It's a nationally known brand. But so basically that's what I came up with, is doing 1 meal replacement a day, no high carbs after 3 p.m., eating all organic, non-toxic, non-preserved, non-artificial foods, And even just that can alleviate a lot of inflammation and bloat. So those are my thoughts. It's really simple. That's the simplest part of our program. Um, and yeah, enjoy it. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some subscribes. Give me, and I'm giving you. If you have any questions, I'm happy to give you all my knowledge and love. And have an amazing musical day. And we wish you well.